Welcome to Enchanting Arbor TV, your gateway to the dark and mysterious. Sail with us into the uncharted waters of the supernatural, where shadows dance and mysteries linger in the fog. I'm your host Hamad, guiding you through the eerie tales that wash ashore in the harbor of the unknown. Let's get started. In the small, forgotten town of Hollow Grove, there stood an abandoned mansion with a tragic history. Known as the Harrow House, it was said to be cursed by a mysterious force that manifested itself in a haunting melody known as the Sinister Serenade. Legends whispered that whoever heard the tune would be marked for an ominous fate. As the townsfolk drifted away from the mansion, Ivy, an adventurous teenager, found herself drawn to the eerie tales surrounding Harrow House. One moonlit night, curiosity got the better of her, and she entered the mansion, the air thick with an otherworldly energy. As Ivy explored the mansion's dilapidated rooms, she stumbled upon an old music room. The walls were adorned with faded portraits of a family long gone. A grand piano sat in the center, covered in a layer of dust. Ivy hesitated, then cautiously removed the cloth covering the piano keys. As her fingers touched the cold keys, an unsettling hush settled over the room. Suddenly, a haunting melody filled the air. The Sinister Serenade echoed through the desolate halls, wrapping Ivy in a chilling embrace. The air grew thick, and shadows danced around her. The melody seemed to have a life of its own, reaching into the darkest corners of Ivy's mind. Days passed, and Ivy's once lively spirit began to wither. She couldn't escape the haunting melody, even in her dreams. Night after night, the Sinister Serenade played in her mind, a relentless phantom that refused to release its grip. Terrified, Ivy sought help from the townsfolk, but they shunned her, whispering that she had disturbed the cursed mansion. Desperate, Ivy delved into the town's archives and discovered an old journal. It spoke of a family who had lived in Harrow House centuries ago, their lives consumed by a malevolent force tied to a cursed melody. As Ivy unraveled the mystery, she realized that the only way to break the curse was to find the original sheet music and destroy it. Armed with this newfound knowledge, she returned to Harrow House, the Sinister Serenade growing louder with each step. In the music room, Ivy discovered a hidden compartment beneath the piano. Inside, she found an ancient sheet of music, the cursed composition that had tormented generations. With trembling hands, she set it ablaze, watching as the flames consumed the malevolent notes. As the fire consumed the last remnants of the cursed melody, the mansion seemed to sigh in relief. Ivy felt the weight lift from her shoulders, the haunting melody replaced by a serene silence. The curse of Harrow House was finally broken, but the echoes of the Sinister Serenade lingered in Ivy's mind, a reminder of the darkness she had faced. In the heart of Blackwood Forest, a dense thicket of ancient trees stood tall and foreboding. Legend had it that the Whispering Woods harbored an unspeakable secret, a melody so haunting that those who heard it would be forever ensnared in its clutches. One stormy night, Clara, an intrepid journalist, ventured into Blackwood Forest to uncover the truth behind the ominous tales. Armed with a flashlight and a recorder, she weaved through the tangled branches, the rain drumming on the leaves above. As Clara delved deeper, the air grew colder, and an unnatural stillness settled over the woods. Strange whispers floated through the air, indistinct voices that seemed to be just beyond the edge of perception. Undeterred, Clara pressed on, her curiosity overcoming the rising sense of unease. Suddenly, the dense foliage gave way to a small clearing. In the center stood a dilapidated gazebo, its iron bars creaking in the wind. Intrigued, Clara approached and noticed an old music box on the weathered floor. Its lid was adorned with intricate carvings of twisted trees and ethereal figures. Unable to resist, Clara opened the music box. A haunting melody, soft and enchanting, spilled into the air. The whispering woods seemed to hold its breath as the tune unfolded. Mesmerized, Clara felt the melody seep into her very soul. Days turned to nights, and Clara became consumed by the mysterious music. Sleep eluded her, replaced by the ceaseless whispering of the haunting melody. The once tenacious journalist became a mere echo of her former self, wandering the woods in a trance. Desperate for answers, Clara sought out the elderly inhabitants of a nearby village. The wise old folk spoke of an ancient curse that befell anyone who dared open the music box in the gazebo. The cursed melody, known as the Sinister Serenade, trapped its victims in a perpetual nightmare. Determined to break the curse, Clara returned to the Whispering Woods. Guided by the eerie whispers, she unearthed an ancient tombstone hidden beneath layers of moss. The inscription revealed the tragic tale of a musician named Edgar Blackwood, whose forbidden composition had cursed the forest. With newfound purpose, Clara embarked on a quest to find Edgar's resting place. As she reached the graveside, she discovered a crumbling manuscript buried alongside him, the original score of the Sinister Serenade. Clara hesitated for a moment, then set the manuscript ablaze. As the flames consumed the cursed composition, a powerful gust of wind swept through the Whispering Woods, carrying away the haunting melody. The forest sighed in relief, the ancient trees standing sentinel over Clara as the curse lifted. Yet as she emerged from the woods, the echoes of the Sinister Serenade lingered in her memories, a reminder of the darkness that dwelled within the ancient grove. In the secluded village of Ravenscroft, an abandoned orphanage cast a shadow over the townspeople. Rumors whispered of a mysterious lullaby that echoed through the empty halls, a melody that carried the weight of an unsettling secret. Orphans who once called Ravenscroft home were said to have vanished without a trace, their fates entwined with the Sinister Serenade. Elena, a compassionate social worker, arrived in Ravenscroft with a mission to uncover the truth behind the orphanage's dark history. The air was thick with an eerie stillness as she entered the creaking doors of the dilapidated building. Dust danced in the dim light that filtered through cracked windows. In the heart of the orphanage, Elena discovered an old nursery with faded wallpaper, adorned with playful animals. A grand piano sat in the corner, its keys untouched for years. As Elena approached, a cold breeze swept through the room, and the temperature plummeted. Unable to resist, Elena pressed a key on the piano, and a melancholic lullaby filled the air. The Sinister Serenade, a haunting melody that seemed to carry the sorrow of countless lost souls. Elena shivered, feeling the weight of the melody pressing against her chest. Determined to uncover the truth, Elena delved into the town's archives, uncovering a forgotten chapter in Ravenscroft's history. Decades ago, a cruel orphanage matron named Agatha had used the Sinister Serenade to enchant the children, luring them to a hidden passage that led to a forgotten realm. As Elena explored the orphanage, she stumbled upon the entrance to the hidden passage. The air grew colder as she descended into the darkness below. Thank you for navigating the shadows with H Harbor TV. We hope you enjoyed our journey into the unknown. If the shadows have left you intrigued, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell for more tales that will send shivers down. Before you go, share your thoughts in the comments below. What mysteries do you want us to explore next? Your suggestions light the way for future stories.